Hey everyone, it's Birth over, and I'm here now. This is my review for M3GAN 2.0, the new film directed by Gerard Johnstone and starring Allison Williams in the lead role. Now, M3GAN was one of the biggest surprises in 2023 in the box office. I think it released at the end of January of that respective year, and when it first came out, I thought that the trailers looked pretty bad for that respective film, but when I watched the film, it was kind of entertaining. It was this over-the-top dark comedy, which was also a sci-fi horror movie. And it was kind of like if they mixed in the ideas of the AI in 2001: A Space Odyssey with the film AI directed by Steven Spielberg, if they put it into a blender and put in meme-worthy type of scenes and situations into that film and put in some really dark comedy and really over-the-top antics. And the film ended up being this kind of well-talked-about movie for that respective year. Fast forward a couple years later, and we get M3GAN 2.0. Is it a great movie? No. Did anyone ask for the sequel? No. But is it passable entertainment? Yeah. Now, M3GAN 2.0 pulls a 180 in terms of its genre. It's very different from M3GAN. If M3GAN was a sci-fi horror movie with comedic elements that are very dark infused into the story, then M3GAN 2.0 is pretty much a sci-fi action thriller with comedic elements infused into the story. And it has violent elements, but it's not a horror movie. And I give the filmmaker and the crew credits for, going in a different direction in comparison to the original film because, again, M3GAN was a runaway hit at the box office. So it was pretty easy for them to follow suit and kind of just do the exact same thing or similar things in this film. But they kind of do the thing that another Blumhouse production did with Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2. Now, Happy Death Day, if you remember watching that movie, was a slasher flick. It was through and through kind of Groundhog Day situation infused into a slasher genre type of movie. Now, Happy Death Day 2, or Happy Death Day 2U, was a sci-fi thriller with slasher elements and comedic elements, but it was a very different film in comparison to the original movie. And M3GAN 2.0 is kind of similar to that. It is a military action film, if that makes any sense. It's surprisingly kind of like Terminator in a sense too, because Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from the original Terminator to Terminator 2 Judgment Day turns into a better robot. So in the original film, he was the villain, and then in the second film, he becomes the hero. Whereas in M3GAN 2.0, M3GAN's still not perfect as a robotic entity, but she's now kind of like a hero because she's fighting against the enemy of her enemy, if that makes sense too. Yeah, it was interesting. I'll give the cast and crew and the team credit for trying to do something different because, again, with the success of the original film, they could have just done the exact same things, but they decided to do something else. And for the most part, it doesn't really work out to its credit. But again, I like the fact that the sequel took chances and took a 180-degree turn and went in a different direction. But to be honest with you, M3GAN 2.0 is not amazing. It's not, over the top, campy fun like the original film was. It's kind of a decent sci-fi action thriller, which happens to have, the robot from the first film and some of the main characters from the first film. And it just feels different, but not in a good way. But yeah, my score for this film is a 6.5 out of 10. If you want to see it, go see it in theaters. And once you see the film, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on M3GAN 2.0.